Good day to each and everyone. We are now on Chapter 8 of EDUC 206, Assessment of Learning 2. And under Chapter 8 is Grading and Reporting System. Now, we are going to discuss about the functions of grading and reporting system. I am Justine JP Gaila and I will be your discussant for this topic. Without further ado, let's begin our discussion. Assessment of student performance is essentially knowing how the student is progressing in a course, and incidentally, how a teacher is also performing with respect to the teaching process. The first step in assessment is, of course, testing, either by some pencil paper objective test or by some performance-based testing procedure, followed by a decision to grade the performance of a student. Grading, therefore, is the next step after testing. Over the course of several years, grading system had been evolved in different school systems all over the world. In the American system, for instance, grades are expressed in terms of letters A, B, B plus, B minus, C, D, and down the line, or what is referred to as 7-point system. In the Philippine college and universities, letters are replaced with numerical values such as 1, 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, 2, and down the line, or also known as the 8-point system. In the basic education, with the implementation of the K-12 basic education curriculum, students' performance is expressed in terms of level of proficiency, such as beginning, developing, approaching proficiency, proficient, and advanced. Now let us proceed to the functions of grading and reporting system. The first function of grading and reporting system is enhancing students' learning. So how are they going to do this? How is grading and reporting system will going to enhance the learning of the students? It will be through, number one, clarifying instructional objectives. So when we say instructional objectives, this is what is supposed to be learned by the students. So if you're going to clarify through grading and reporting system, if there are instructional objectives that is not clear to the students, it will help them to clarify, and as a result, it will enhance their overall learning. Number two is how they're going to do that. Enhancing students' learning is showing students' strengths and weaknesses. Through grading and reporting system, it allows students to distinguish what are the areas or the points that they are having difficulties, or the areas or the points that they are comfortable of learning. So through this, they could be able to enhance their overall learning because they have this information on what areas are they going to improve and what areas are they going to improve more. Next is providing information and personal and social development. So it is uh, good that grading and reporting system allows students to have some information about their personal development, because personal development is very important for the students, and at the same time this is what we call social development. And when students have this personal or social development, when they have these informations, it will help them to enhance their overall learning. And last, enhancing students' motivation. So through grading and reporting system, it allows students somehow to see it as an opportunity to them to get motivated, so that the next time that they're going to perform, they will be more driven. And when that happens, it will enhance their overall learning. So that's the first functions of grading and reporting system, enhancing the students' learning. The second function of grading and reporting system is reports to the parent or guardian. Reports are very important to parents or guardians so that they will be informed about the performance of their children. And as we all know, parents or guardians are also essential key ingredients of the success of the curriculum. So grading and reporting system informs parents and guardians of the students about his or her progress. It allows parents to determine whether their children are performing well or not inside the class. Second is it communicates objectives to the parents. Of course, if their children are performing well or not, parents needs to be informed about the objectives. It is very important that they know the objectives of the class so that they could be able to help their children to perform well and to meet those objectives. So through grading and reporting system, it will help not just the parents, but also the students and the teachers. Next is communicate how well objectives were met. Of course, it is not just enough to communicate the objectives to the parents. We need to tell the parents what objectives were met by their children and, of course, what are the objectives that are not met by their um, children so that they could be able to do some adjustments or they could be able to help their children, and the teacher will be able to help the students also to meet those specific objectives as they go along. Next, the third functions of grading and reporting system is administrative and guidance uses. So the administrative and guidance purpose of grading and reporting system consists in helping to decide promotion, graduation, honors, athletic eligibility. Of course, as we all know, students are having um, their best to perform inside the class. Of course, at the end of the school year, they will be recognized. And it is very important in grading and reporting system. It will help the administration to determine and to decide promotions for the students who will be graduating with honors, who will be the athletes of the year. So that is the importance of grading and reporting system, the one of the functions rather of grading and reporting system. It will help to decide the following. Next is providing input for realistic educational, vocational, and personal counseling. Of course, as we all know, there are instances that, of course, grades are uh, reflects our performance. Of course, although it will not determine our intelligence, but somehow uh, it will reflect our overall performance. So if you have saw students who is performing not that good inside the class, for example, his grades are not that good, and also he is not participating inside the class. So it will provide input for realistic educational, vocational, and personal counseling. Maybe she or she needs counseling. It will help us, and specifically the administrative and the guidance one for their own purposes, so that they could help the students for their personal inquiries, or if they are having personal difficulties. So that is one of the functions of grading and reporting system. See, we are not just having the grades of who will be running for cum laude, who will be having the honors, who will be eligible for being awarded, who will be um, who will be the cream of the crop. So it also helps us somehow, just like what I mentioned in our personal counseling. If ever you have encounter or you will encounter in the near future, I hope not. You're not going to have. And if you would, then grading and reporting system will greatly help you. Take note, grades and report cards should promote and enhance learning rather than frustrate and discourage students. Take note, teachers, it should promote and enhance learning rather than frustrate and discourage students. Because at the end of the day, we have to tell our students, and we have to make them realize that grades are given for them to improve, and it should not be a burden for them to stop on studying because they they have this feeling that they are not good enough, that they are not deserving. As teacher, it is also our role to motivate, to encourage our students, to promote that whatever they have received there, it has a purpose. And it is also our responsibility as their teachers to help them realize those purposes. And that includes promotion and enhancement of learning. So that will be all. The next the next report will be the types of grading and reporting system to be presented by the next presenter. I hope you learned something from our discussion. And if you have any question, you are free to ask me. God bless and stay safe.